Welcome to Everyday Black Men, a podcast for authentic black male thoughts. I am Riker, and while I'm not joined by R. Reed and Armstead, I wanted to bring you another episode of Riker's Corner to tide you over to the next full episode of the podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at EVYD Black Men, Instagram at Everyday Black Men, and Facebook on the Everyday Black Men Facebook page. Without any further ado, let's let the show begin. And I'm joined by a variety of different personalities, starting with Boots. Want to say anything to the people, Boots?
What up?
I am the writer.
Brr. It's cold in here.
That's trash.
It's trash. Fortunate.
What's good? I don't know nothing. I don't do nothing, but I'm out here.
And of course, Stylish.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Stylish. I'm here. Well, we'll see what's going to happen. We'll see.
All right. You can follow us on Instagram at Everyday Black Men, Facebook at the Everyday Black Men page, and of course Twitter at EVYD Black Men. So we got a couple topics that we want to talk about. The first is going to be blacks on the rise. Black people, we not taking shit in 2018. Don't let these white folks fool you. Now, don't lose your job, but make your escape plan. You get off that corporate plantation, man. They definitely coming out there. They fucking you up. You're on that corporate plantation, man. But everything from Stacey Abrams, who won the Georgia gubernatorial primary, as well as we have other black people like, of course, Auntie Maxine, who ain't taking not a goddamn thing from white folks in that House of Representatives. Auntie Maxine, thank you very much. Thank you very much for keeping it good. Yeah, Maxine Waters. But also, we had the Waffle House protests, and I know that was probably not a big thing if you weren't in the A, but Waffle House headquarters in Atlanta, and as you've seen probably on all those videos, Waffle House been fucking up all over the place, from getting niggas arrested for wanting to dispute bills, to letting officers just choke niggas outside, to Waffle House employees calling the police on every black person. The police are not your fucking babysitter anytime that a black person acts outside of whatever it is. But black people, just like we overcame before, we shall overcome again. We're not taking shit from white folks. Call them out on their bullshit. Don't be sitting there letting them go, well, sometimes those black people... Shut the fuck up, all right? We ain't get no reparation. We ain't get no PTSD treatment. We ain't got a goddamn thing, Robert. So when I ask for your motherfucking racist-ass opinion, I will let you know. Probably hell will have frozen over and the world won't even be here anymore. But I'll let you know, Robert, when I decide that we're going to have your opinion. Now,
Waffle House been fucking up.
Yeah, Waffle House been fucking up for a while. I mean, their fuck-ups are actually making me start thinking IHOP, even though they got that stupid-ass IHOP bullshit, IHOP bullshit name change thing. They don't want to be burgers, they don't want to do pancakes still. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Hey, they open 24/7, that's all I know, and Waffle House was open 24/7. They're dead to me now.
Or, just a thought, we could do one or two things. We could stay home and cook.
True.
That's always a good idea.
And control what ingredients we're putting into our bodies so we can be stronger to fight these battles. Or two, we could find a black-owned breakfast restaurant, whether it's local or a chain,
That stays open 24 hours.
and support that. And you know what? If we don't have any,
let's start one.
let's start some. We know where we
Everyday black man food chain coming out to consume
We
people.
congregate after the club.
You're right.
So we need to be in that location. If we're going to start a business, let's be smart, y'all. We know we congregate after the club at the let out. We congregate after the church at the let out. And this is the kind of food we want. So this is going to be a good location for up and coming pop-up breakfast, small plate restaurants. Let's move forward with that as a people.
What kind of coverage did this protest get?
It got coverage in AJC and I think Fox 5 and a couple other ones covered the protest. It was a little brief as far as the coverage, but at the same time, part of that is because people don't want their poor little Waffle House. These niggas are just protesting in front of them and just trying to defile the nice white Waffle House. How could y'all? We let you eat at the counter. It's like, first of all, fuck your tone. Fuck your bullshit ass Southern hospitality. And fuck the fact that you think you can still use niggas. That's our word. Alright? White people don't ever get it back. You don't ever get to say it. You don't ever get to think it. You don't ever, you know what you do in your house? I don't care. But the moment you step outside of the house, if I hear the word, I'm beating your face in with a brick. And that's just going to be how it is all 2018, bitches.
I think Boots is right, man. Because I don't want to be that guy, but I'm starting to become that guy that says, yo, protesting, the fuck? Protesting. What is he here? The joke the white guys tell, or not white guys, the racist white guys, that tell, they say, oh, look, the niggas are out there melting sneakers again or some shit like that. Like, when they see people marching and protesting and shit, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck as long as dollars are still coming in. So, like Boots is saying, hit them in their pocket, let's get our own businesses and move away from that. Because protesting, yes, I think it's good to get the word out, to let it be known, but it has to be some action behind it. Right. It got to be something going on.
You can't need to protest anymore. Do we really need to protest? We got social media. Do we really
need to protest
anymore?
You know what? We have a right to protest. I'm not saying we shouldn't stop protesting. Mm-hmm. However, there's multiple ways to protest. Mm-hmm. There's several ways to protest.
Yeah, I mean, just like being in the street.
No, we make inconvenience for people.
But we don't have to just do that. Like, if you're going to go on the street, that's fine, go on the street. If you're going to go to Twitter, go to Twitter. But you have to realize what's going to hurt them, and hitting them in the pockets is going to hurt real hard.
That's the best way. That's the way.
So to the question that
Fortunate
just asked, I just Googled Waffle House. The only article that came up regarding the protest is AJC. And then I Googled Waffle House protest. So it was covered by AJC.com and NBC 11, but it's like the local Atlanta channel, and then Fox 5 Atlanta specifically, because I don't think it was on Fox.
What does the headline say?
Broadline.
Shit ain't on CNN.
Okay, just protest leads to...
CNN ain't your friend.
They're on MSNBC.
Well, MSNBC. No. Oh, did you think Rachel Maddow was gonna talk about it?
The other one says advocacy.
Them deep liberals ain't your friend.
Okay, I'm trying.
Advocacy group protests outside Waffle House headquarters on Friday. Group protest gathering outside Waffle House headquarters. Nothing. They didn't say why. Okay. It just says.
Yeah, and of course they didn't give the
outside
full
Waffle House headquarters demands apology. That's it.
So now part of it is
it's not getting much attention.
True. Part of it is that the media. So we gotta carry it on social media. Mm-hmm. But the other thing that you brought up that was great was that like you have like Fox 5, but it's not the whatever NBC. But NBC's Comcast. They about business. Mm-hmm. They're not necessarily about black people's lives. So we gotta make things. We have to make things inconvenient. So several different ways. As you said, business, as Boots was saying, protesting in multifaceted ways, but just kind of getting out there.
It should never stop. It should never stop at just going on the street, because that's, like I said, that's just a big inconvenience for a lot of people. That's it though. And once you stop protesting, it's back to business as usual.
It should be a 3-phase.
You're right, Stylish.
Yeah, but
this day we're gonna do this. Yeah. We're going to show up and act a fool in the street the next day for the next 48 hours.
No. Get your permits. Because otherwise they will bring out their riot gear. You know how white people are.
For the protest. And then right behind that, you do the blackout of their business. And then just phases of a protest. Don't just, when people are planning these protests and stuff like that, it should be phases to it. Not just, all right, we marching on this day and we're going to stand out there and we're going to talk shit.
Yeah.
Okay? What happened when everybody go home?
No.
What happened when it doesn't get picked up on all the news outlets that you wanted to get picked up on? What happens now? Nobody's talking about it no more. You coming back the next day? No.
You're right.
You're going to work. So,
and on your way to work, you gotta stop and get a waffle breakfast. You don't have to stop there.
You don't have to lie, Craig.
You don't have to. If we all just stop giving money to the hands of the white people who aren't supporting us, they'll start acting real quick. Yeah, I was listening to an interview and someone, I don't remember what celebrity it was, but they were talking about racism in Hollywood, and it says there's racism, but there's one thing that's higher up than color. It's money. Mm-hmm. It's always higher up than color. Mm-hmm. So stop going there. You and your homegirls, y'all pick days. Everybody make breakfast one morning out of the week. Y'all only need 5 people. Everybody bring it in, and you're gonna be fine. We don't have to do that every morning. We don't have to stop and spend that $5. If all of us decide to drive straight to work and make coffee ourselves, they'll be fine and we'll be fine.
Fuck you, Starbucks.
Because I saw people on Instagram who I followed posing with a Starbucks cup or just being, just happen to have it with them or whatever, and I hit that unfollow real quick because after whatever incidents happen, I get that it's a franchise and that some franchisees are
not all white folks.
It doesn't matter. It is a franchise. Someone's at the top. Right. They make that decision. So if they don't want to start acting right or do whatever, you find out if your local Starbucks franchisee owner is black, and if it is, then you can show up. But if not, then don't.
All right, so
because they're a part of the problem.
Here's the fucked up shit.
All right, go ahead. Last point here, Fortunate.
People don't want to protest. Not really. Because if you really wanted to protest these things we talking about, we're hitting them in the pocket, it's not a new idea. Yeah. People said this before. We know this. We talked about this. We tried it before. We tried it. It's been said millions of times. And you can't get us to have the type of unity it takes to affect these people. So that's because we really don't want to know. You don't want to protest what you love. You don't. You love Netflix. You love the internet. If Comcast came out and said you canceling your Comcast internet, fuck no, because you ain't going to put out the podcast.
No, I would go with AT&T.
Oh, you gonna go AT&T? Okay,
I'm gonna go AT&T. Even though it'll be significantly slow here, sometimes you do have to take a hit so that you're able to put things out.
I don't think people are willing to do that.
Well, no,
that's why
I don't think the majority of people are willing to do that.
Majority of people, yeah. That's why it's never going to be a point where we can be unified enough in some type of form of protest in order to affect them properly.
But no. What you're talking about is a global thing.
But you don't need 100%.
How much you need?
You need relatively 60%.
Do you think we can get 60%?
Yes.
I mean, we got 60% before.
On what?
We got 60% when it came time for that whole Starbucks situation. There were a lot of people who were making up bullshit excuses for, I need my Starbucks. But people started showing Instagram IGs them throwing out Starbucks cups, and you had people out there.
Another thing too is when it comes to racism, black people aren't alone because when white people see racism, they snap real quick because they don't want to.
Because that's a part of the Starbucks videos that the white guy who came there to meet them, he actually spoke up and used his power and his privilege to say, "What are you doing, officer? Well, these men have they done anything? Can you tell me? We just need to not only use our allies but also be vocal and continue doing things." But I mean, this brings me straight into the next point, which is the Border Patrol issue that's going on right now, man. It's fucking ridiculous. They're literally taking children from their parents. I understand that what they did is illegal, but if you had to come from El Salvador, you fucking would run your ass to America. El Salvador, they ain't playing over there. They ain't playing in Mexico. They ain't playing in Guadalajara. They ain't playing in Brazil. Yeah. Anyone who's willing to come thousands of miles to another country, even if it's illegal, well, why don't they just do things the other way? Have you ever been to any of these other countries?
The answer to that question is no, they have not. Americans generally don't travel.
Yeah.
No. They go to the resorts.
Yeah, you don't see the real place.
No. Majority of Americans do not travel.
But even the ones that
both of you are right.
See the real area. Yeah. They're right on the damn resort.
That's the second thing.
And they get told to stay inside the resort because that's where it's safe, and they see a beautiful part of an island that the local people who live on that island have never seen themselves. It's literally going to two different countries.
But shouldn't that tell you something though? When they tell you,
but that's why people get on me all the time about my view on DR. I'm like, I'm not going to fucking Dominican Republic when Haiti right next to him is getting shitted on. And if you look at any of the videos, you can see.
I hate to break it to you, that DR is the same way too. You got spots, and DR does great. Other than that, you walk up out there, you need to have a tour guide.
I mean, they're called third world countries for a reason.
Yeah, that's why we can't sympathize with the people coming over. I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that our president.
What do you mean sympathize? We're literally saying don't split up the children from the parents. That's not even what sympathy. Saying.
But then you have
that's
other
just
people.
Common decency.
There's a percentage of the population don't have a fucking problem with it.
Yeah, but that should let you. But that should let you.
That's what I'm saying. That starts from your president.
But that's
your president.
It's your president, goddamn.
No,
it's your
president.
Orangutan.
Fuck orangutan 45.
Orangutan
45.
This motherfucker don't have common decency, and it's infectious to the people who are already.
What do you mean infectious? No. It's not infectious. It's been here.
It's been here.
It is now
emboldening those people to speak on
that is the right phrase.
Well, the issue is those people who are really against these immigrants or whatever, legal immigration or whatever, they're looking at a completely different reality, where it's if you